Hero Moto and TVS have also released their sales numbers for the month of December. So let's just take a look at that. But before I get you the two-wheelers, here's Tata Motors for you. Total sales in December up 2% compared to the last year. Passenger vehicle segment also saw a 35% jump. Commercial vehicle sales down 9% year-on-year. But as we were talking about the two-wheeler space, that's where the pain is really being felt. Hero Moto total sales for the month of December dropping a whopping 34%, that's year-on-year. The two-wheeler major has also said that it's kept its Gurgaon, Neemrana and Haridwar units shut for 6 days during the last week of 2016. This is what we had reported. Moving on to TVS Motors, also had a difficult time. All domestic two-wheeler makers are facing the pain, going down almost 9% year-on-year. Exports also did not bring any cheer for TVS, down 6%. Three-wheeler sales also down by about 30%. So clearly, that is the space and the spot of bother. Saugata Bhattacharya of Axis Bank joins us now to make sense of the macroeconomic data that we're dealing with. Saugata, appreciate you joining us. Core sector and PMI not encouraging. Do you believe that it could look much worse from here on?
Well, I mean, I think, I mean, you've got a very exhaustive comments from your correspondent, but I think there might be some additional pain in December. We are waiting and watching how things normalize. Because remember, I think one of the key things that you would have seen in the core sector data, which corroborates what you've just talked about, commercial vehicles and two-wheeler sales, is the drop in refinery output. So obviously, oil refiners expect a reduced demand for presumably for diesel and petrol. So which is the first indication that we have seen of a planning of a reduction in planning. So my sense is that December, because November, remember, I mean, a lot of production is already planned, scheduled. Even some sales are already pre-done, etc. So my sense is that December would probably be the key critical month of a hit. Going beyond that, we wait and watch how things stabilize. Our own channel checks seem to indicate that yes, there was a sharp drop in sales and demand late in November, even in December. But in late December, it seems to have stabilized. But I mean, again, I mean, these are. This is casual empiricism, very difficult to substantiate without data. So we wait and watch.
Before I let you go, Saugata, as you pointed out that, we are largely dealing with anecdotal evidence at this point in time, still awaiting data to sort of give us some sense of what we should expect or what we could possibly expect. But given the fact that there seem to be some sectors where demand compression has taken place, do you anticipate that it's still, maybe a quarter away that we could see things return to normalcy and recover, or do you believe that the pain could last longer?
There are two aspects to this. I think one, the points where you have actually seen the pain that you have mentioned already, I think that is probably likely to persist for a little bit. I mean, if not for the entire quarter, probably for the next month in January, or maybe in an extreme case, February or March. But I'm not very sure how many of these things you would see in the actual GVA GDP numbers. Because remember, I mean, most of the pain that you've seen is in the small, medium, very small, medium segments.
Yeah.
That will not show up in the GDP. Of course, there's a tail, because, I mean, if the pain in the smaller sectors will have an impact, a follow-on impact, which is the reason that we think that the Q4 is the critical quarter to watch out for.
Absolutely, and you rightfully pointed out that the pain that the informal sector is perhaps seeing at this point in time will not be captured in the GDP data. Thanks very much, Saugata Bhattacharya of Axis Bank, for joining us to help us make sense of the macroeconomic data out today. But some of the